Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States, accompanied by the Vice President of the United States.
Boy, oh boy, this is a group. So I've been doing this for a long time. That is the loudest I've ever heard anything in this room. You just broke the record. Unbelievable. Well, I want to thank you all, and I have a lot of friends, but... And this is a place, 1799 it was built, 1799, started off with number 6, John Adams, president, and so it's a long time. It's the White House, so we love it, and it's an honor to have you, but you really did, you broke the sound barrier. I've never heard that. I've never heard it quite like that, and I appreciate it. We love you. We love you. Thank you. Thank you. And I'm honored to welcome everybody and these incredibly talented and unbelievable, patriotic young American leaders. You're going to be the leaders somebody I would be almost willing to bet, maybe even willing to bet, somebody in that audience right here, right in front of me, is going to be standing here someday. I think so. You've got a good shot. You're going to have a good shot. You've done incredible work to get to this position, and I have tremendous respect for it. We're glad to be joined by our terrific Vice President, Mike Pence. And many of our cabinet members are here. They wanted to be here. I told a couple of them, don't have to, don't worry about it. What the heck, these are my friends. They said, no, we want to be here. So we have a lot of our cabinet members here. And to every young person, you represent America's future. You are the best and the brightest, the bravest and boldest, and someday you are going to be setting records like nobody before. I'm telling you, I know it. I know where it's at. I know where energy is, and you have the energy like very few people have the energy, so I just want to tell you, get out there. Prove me right, please, okay? Prove me right. I have no doubt you will. Each of you has come to Washington for the Black Leadership Summit, because you have what it takes to achieve real change on your campuses and in your communities, and that's what you've been doing, and that's actually why you're here. You speak out for the values and principles that have made America the most exceptional nation anywhere on earth, and I will say this today is greater than it ever was before. Our military, our economy. We have the greatest economy in the world. We have the greatest economy we've ever had. Tremendous numbers just came out today. You heard that. But you stand up for the oppressive forces, and you do. You stand right up to those forces in our country that demand conformity and control. You refuse to be censored. You refuse to be silenced, and you will never back down. And don't ever back down. You're the champions for free thought and free speech, and I especially want to thank a friend of mine who is, I mean, first of all, you think he's like 50, but he's about 25 or something like that. He's a young guy. I can't even imagine being so successful at such a young age, what he's done in so many ways, and really, more importantly, letting young people know that they have a voice. Charlie Kirk from Turning Point USA. Charlie, you've done a fantastic job. Fastest growing organization of thought in the country. He is something. Thank you very much, Charlie. I appreciate you being here. And we're also joined by a friend of mine, just got married. And Candace Owens, I watched her and I saw her coming. I said, you know, I'm pretty good at star power. I say, that's a star. Every once in a while, I'll see somebody. You know, it happens about once every 5 years. That's all it is. But I'll be watching. I saw Candace probably 3-4 years ago. How long would it be, Charlie? 4? maybe 4, I saw this woman on television. I said, man, I don't want to mess with her. She's tough. She's tough. Now, I'm not allowed to say it. You know that. I'm not allowed to say it anymore, but she's also beautiful, so I'll say that then. Okay? It's true. Under the Me Too generation, we're not allowed to say it. So all of you young, brilliant guys, never, ever call a woman beautiful, please. You're not allowed to do it. And I've kept doing it, and I've never been told by that woman never to do it. Just say, thank you, sir. Candace, would you come up here and say a few words? You mind? Come. Thank you, Candace.
You know what? I was thinking, every single president that comes into office after 2 years, they look so much older. He seems to be the only president that's getting younger. He has somehow found a fountain of youth. I think he gets up out of bed. It's the fight. He loves the fight. He really does. We are so blessed. And listen, let me say this. The media, the audacity of them to think that they are going to impeach our president. No. It's not happening. It's absolutely not happening. Not under our watch. We need to make sure we fight for this man, the one man who is standing up for Black America. We are going to fight for, guys. We have to keep it going.
That's so nice. Outstanding person. She's another one. You're going to have to compete with her, too, for this position, I suspect. Thank you very much. You know, sort of interesting. It's like, do we have a choice? We have to fight, right? We have to fight. We have to fight for everything, whether we like it or not. Another man who's been so incredible, Jaron Smith. Where's Jaron? Is he around here? Jaron Smith. Man, have you done a job. You've done such a great job, Jaron. At least come up and shake my hand, will you, please? Come here, Jaron. You know, he works with us, and he's actually not, I always say he's so elegant and so quiet and so nice. They say, you don't know the real Jaron, so I want to see that. But what he does in the job he's done in outreach and so many other aspects of our lives is incredible. I want to thank you, Jaron. Thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. And Jaron knows what I'm about to do because a man who I met on Twitter, or as we would say, social media, he is some piece of work, this guy. He was hitting Deborah Messing like she never got hit before. This crazy Deborah Messing started messing with us. And all of a sudden I see this man on Twitter, and I see him all over, and he was hitting her, and I never saw anything like it. I felt so sorry for her. And then I look and I say, who is this guy? His name's Terrence Williams. I look. And I look and I said, well, you know, the way you look, and the first thing I look is, how many followers does he have? And he had like 700,000 followers. I said, whoa. You know, oftentimes I'll be impressed by somebody. I'll look and they have 3 followers. I say, we have to wait for him or her. But this guy has a following like very few people, and I want to just thank you, because I'm a fan of yours also. You're a very successful guy. Say a few words, please.
Thank you, President Trump. Thank you. This is a little too tall for me. First of all, I just want to say I love President Donald J. Trump. The media is attacking him, but when they attack him, they are attacking us. Because he is out here fighting for us. And they are harassing you, Mr. President, so they are harassing me. And I want to say one more thing here. A while back, President Trump said, when he was talking to the Black community, if you vote for me, what do you have to lose? Because the do-nothing Democrats have done nothing for the Black community. 2020 is around the corner, and we have a lot to lose now because President Donald J. Trump has done so much for the Black community. Thank you, President Trump.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you. Here's something. and he's a talented guy. And when he started talking, I watched it once, I watched it twice, and then I called the First Lady over. I said, what do you think of this guy? Thank you very much, Terrence. We appreciate it a lot. We come together at a time of extraordinary opportunity for our nation. Thanks to our pro-American agenda, the economy is booming, wages are rising, and poverty is plummeting. We have the best economy we've ever had, and believe me, we're just getting started. We have such potential, and it's incredible how well you're doing. Our agenda is lifting up citizens of every background, race, religion, color, and creed. But while we are fighting every day to build up our nation, the far left only wants to wreck, ruin, and destroy our nation. And you know better than anybody, for the last 3 years, Democrat lawmakers, their deep state cronies, the fake news media, they've been colluding in their effort to overturn the presidential election. 63 million people voted, and to nullify the votes of the American people. And many African-American people voted for Trump. Even then, now they like me more because I said I was going to do it, and now I did it, so you better vote. I said I was going to do it. I said, I'm going to do it. Yeah? Thank you very much. But you remember I'd make speeches, and I'd go through a list. I'd be talking about the African-American community, and I go through a list of worst poverty levels ever, worst crime ever, worst schools ever, worst this. I'd go through 10 things. I'd read off from a list. And at one big rally, I had 25,000 people. I said, go with me. What the hell do you have to lose? Remember that, Candace? I said, what do you have to lose? You're doing the worst in every category. You're getting it's terrible. What the hell do you have to lose? And I'll never forget, I got off stage and my people came, sir, that wasn't very nice. I said, no, it's true. What do they have to lose? And you went with me, and I did get a good vote, I have to say. You went with me, and now you have the best employment numbers you've ever had, the best numbers, the best poverty numbers, so it's good. But the radical Democrats are willing to do anything to smear anyone and to lie about everything in their craven quest for power and money and other things, I guess. I don't want to tell you what those other things are, but they're not good, although maybe when the cameras shut off, we'll talk. They're trying to steal your vote. They're trying to steal your voice and steal your country. They're trying to steal your country. And they don't have what it takes. Shifty Schiff. How about Shifty Schiff? He got 4 Pinocchios today in the Washington Post. He lies like a son of a gun. He's been lying for 3 years. But we will never let that happen where they take away your country. We will uphold the sacred principle of government by and for the people, that's you, the corrupt forces in Washington, and they are corrupt, and that includes the media, because large parts of the media, not all of it, you have some great journalists, reporters, but large portions of the media are corrupt, perpetrating these hoaxes like never before. The very same people who have made a living selling out American workers to foreign countries. They were closing the factories. You're losing your jobs. They leave our country. They make the product. They sell the product in, no tax, no nothing. So we ended up with empty factories and no jobs. By the thousands, by the tens of thousands, and jobs by the millions. These are the same bought and paid for politicians who let special interests write the laws, who push trade policies to enrich foreign nations, and who beg far-left judges to rewrite the Constitution of the United States to impose their own extreme ideology. No one in America has been hurt more as a result of the Democrats' corrupt leadership and socialist policies than our nation's African-American communities. It's true. That's true. It's true. For 100 years, For 100 years, African Americans have gone with the Democrats. Has it worked? No. Hasn't worked. Actually, I guess, Candace, it's even more, but 100 years. And you look at what's going on in the cities run by these crazy left Democrats, and what's going on is not good. My administration is fighting with everyone and all our heart to reverse the pain inflicted by Democrat leaders and to deliver hope and opportunity and prosperity for all Americans, but for African American communities all throughout our land. Together, we will express the corruption. We will defeat the socialists. We will defraud. And I will tell you what, we will do what we have to do, but we will stop defrauding all of the people in our country, because they've defrauded the people in our country. We'll defend democracy, and yes, we will drain the swamp, but that's what we're doing. African Americans built this nation. You built this nation. You know, you're just starting to get real credit for that. Okay, I don't know if you know that. You're just starting to get, you built the nation. We all built it, but you were such a massive part of it. Bigger than you were given credit for. Does that make sense? Right? But with Candace around and Terrence, that's not going to happen for long. But through generations of blood, sweat, and tears, and you deserve a government that defends your interests, protects your families, and cares for our own citizens first. You know, at the border where they want the open policies, they want open borders, they don't want walls. They actually do want walls, but because I want it, you know. I know how I can get the wall. If I announce tomorrow, I don't want a wall, the Democrats would come out in favor of the wall. I should have thought of that 2 years ago, but the wall's being built. It would have been a lot easier. We don't want the wall. We want the wall. I say, all right, go ahead and build. Our philosophy is grounded in the sacred bonds of love and loyalty that unite all Americans, and we really have been united. It's been an incredible thing. A lot of great things have been happening. You don't necessarily see it at the top of government, where the hatred is tremendous, the hatred toward us. And a lot of it is because of the success. We're having such success. We're showing them what's going on. When you look at your unemployment numbers, how great they are, best in history. You look at your employment numbers. You look at the poverty numbers. You look at all of the things that have been so beneficial. It's driving them crazy because they never produced numbers like that. And they're losing African American votes, and they can't do that. They just can't do that. They haven't done anything for you. They haven't done anything. 100 years, they haven't done anything. At long last, you have a government that puts Americans first, puts you first, puts your families and your communities first. We're adopting Buy American trade policies to stand up for our workers. Our tax and regulatory reforms are stopping the outsourcing of jobs, where they outsource all your jobs to other countries, and keeping businesses in America where they belong, and keep your jobs where your jobs belong. We're fighting every day to secure our nation's borders and to achieve an immigration system that prioritizes American families, wage earners, taxpayers, and people that can help you and can help our country.